Justin Bieber has announced he is canceling the Bieber World Tour, and it's being reported that the reason for this is he continues to suffer from Ramsay Hunt syndrome, meaning his face is partially paralyzed. Now, I feel bad for this guy, man. Ramsay Hunt syndrome is a condition that typically affects people who are over 60 years old, and Bieber just turned 29, so it must be terrible to be 29 and to be suffering this partial paralysis, inhibiting your ability to go on a world tour and be an influential person. Now, of course, many are wondering how Ramsay Hunt could affect such a young person, but, these things happen. I mean, Justin Bieber they say it's caused by the shingles virus, and it just happens and it hits the nerve and then your face is impacted and, it's sad. We saw that MSNBC host, she got a cold, and then the common cold caused pericarditis and myocarditis, and now she's on permanent medication and she can't exercise anymore. It's crazy that, these things are happening. And then you have a lot of people having heart attacks, a lot of young people having heart attacks and strokes, and just crazy, just all of these things happening, just right now. Must be all that erythritol that everyone keeps talking about, that artificial sweetener they're reporting, So here's the news. The Daily Mail reports, healing comes first. Fans send Justin Bieber well wishes as he cancels the remainder of his Justice World Tour amid health woes. Bieber has canceled the remaining dates of his Justice World Tour, with the announcement being made Tuesday. The singer, who turned 29 on Wednesday, is thought to have cut the tour short due to his ongoing recovery from Ramsay Hunt syndrome. Many fans were quick to send messages of support, et cetera, announcing the news was the tour's official Twitter page. It's a big bummer. Look at this. Tour canceled. Wow, man, he's 29 years old. What is going on? I'm going to be 37 in a week. And I'm out here. I'm doing spins and flips and whatnot. And this dude's just singing. I just did a music video. I'm 12 years old. It's crazy. I mean, these things happen. I mean, in all seriousness, though, stuff does happen. It is sad. A bummer. Justin Bieber, here's the announcement. Justin Bieber has officially canceled the remaining dates of his Justice World Tour. Check in with your point of purchase for refunds on your tour dates. Like, what's going to happen, man? They say no action is required to obtain a refund. It will be processed to the original method of payment used at the time of purchase once funds are received from the event organizer, which is completed in 30 days, including Asia. And look at all this, man. Everybody's saying, wish you well, man. Hope you get better. And look at this picture. Yo, what happened to Bieber's face? Is partially paralyzed. Take a look at this. This is Ramsay Hunt syndrome. Ramsay Hunt syndrome occurs when a shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears. In addition to the painful shingles rash, Ramsay Hunt syndrome can cause facial paralysis and hearing loss in the affected ear. Ramsay Hunt syndrome is caused by the same virus that causes chickenpox. Look, man, I know a lot of people are going to want to come out and say they think they know what caused this. And I know, I hear you. I just want to say this about any ailment and anybody suffering. There's no gloating. There's no I told you so. There's none of that, because, look, man, karma is a bitch. And let me just warn all of you to have compassion and, wish Justin Bieber the best. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery. And I really do mean it, because you get what you give. It's funny the idea of karma exists. Seems like most people have experienced something in their lives, which is like, hey, if you do bad things happen to you. Not always. Sometimes bad things just happen to you. It's true. But I've learned in my life, man, don't gloat. Don't mock. Because you want to come out here and mock Justin Bieber, and then you surprise, you wake up the next day and you got the same thing going on. The doctor tells you it's chickenpox, man. It's Ramsay Hunt syndrome. And then what are you going to be like? Well, I remember during the monkeypox thing, everybody was saying that monkeypox was being transmitted by, like two dudes hooking up. And that is what they were reporting. I mean, that was the main reporting. But I was like, look, man, monkeypox can be spread through skin-to-skin contact. So just calm down a little bit, because one day you're going to wake up with monkeypox on your hand and someone's going to be like, I know where that came from. You're like, no, dude, I swear. That's called karma. So in the monkeypox story, let's just make sure we call it the bad people who did bad things. I'm just saying with Justin Bieber, ain't no making fun of this guy. I don't think that's appropriate. There's going to be a lot of people saying, I told you so kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, look. Just keep it in mind, man. One day you might wake up with this too. It does happen. Here's the issue I take with this story and why I think it's important everybody talks about it. All of this is happening right now. I got to tell you, man, when this many coincidences happen, I usually go buy lottery tickets. What's a lottery ticket? 6 coincidences and you're a billionaire? Sure. We got people dying. We've got facial paralysis. We've got MSNBC hosts getting myocarditis and pericarditis. We've got athletes dropping dead, having heart attacks. We've got teenagers having heart attacks. Something's going on. Now I know. Here's what we see in the mainstream, in the political conversation. On the right, they blame the vaccine. Don't look at me. Go talk to your doctor. All right. On the left, they're acting like it's not even happening. That's what freaks me out. Okay. So Justin Bieber has partial facial paralysis. He's canceling his tour. And y'all are going to act like this is normal? Selena Gomez, I think she had lupus. It happens. People have ailments. People get sick. The idea that everyone's invincible and you'll never see someone doesn't mean it's going to be all part of some conspiracy or cover up. But the problem I'm facing right now with all this is, like I said, young people having heart attacks, a lot. And what are they saying? They're saying erythritol is causing it. Artificial sweetener used in keto diets is causing blood clots, strokes, and heart attacks. Okay, well, I don't like erythritol. It gives me a tummy ache. So I don't eat it. So I'm good, I guess. I mostly cut out the sugars, but I had a Coca-Cola in a bottle yesterday. But this is glass bottle with real cane sugar. So I'm not like, hardcore dieting or anything like that. Although I did cut out sugar for the most part, lost a lot of weight. How about that? I'm just saying, if there's not an honest assessment over what's going on right now, people are going to look at this and they're going to believe what they believe. That's it. Because humans look for patterns. What's that thing, pareidolia or whatever it's called, where you can see a face anywhere? You can look at something and then find a face in it. That's because humans look for patterns and they look for the faces of people they interact with. If people are seeing tons of stories of athletes dying, a 20-year-old girl yesterday dying, Justin Bieber's now shutting his tour down, Eric Clapton's hands got paralyzed, they're going to say outright, hey, I think I know what this is all about. But I'll put it this way. I'll say this. The one thing I think everyone should consider, if you do think it's vaccine related, is that we administered hundreds of millions or billions of doses of these vaccines. And so if you have a side effect rate of like 0.04%, that means you're looking at like, one in every, what are we talking about, 5,000 or so? Am I doing the math wrong? One in every 50,000 or so. Is that, or 25,000? I'm getting the math all wrong. All right, let's do an easier number. Let's say 0.1%. All right, you're like 99.9% of the time, nothing's going to happen, but that means 1 in 1,000 people is going to have some kind of negative impact. It's probably much less than that. But then they go out and they give everybody 4 doses, 5 doses. They run commercials saying, do more, do more. It's possible this is all vaccine related, but it's also possible that it's well within the reported margin of adverse events. It's just that how many of these shots did Justin Bieber get? Right? So here's I guess what I guess the point is. You will see all of these stories. And I'm not saying it is the vaccine. Okay, talk to a doctor. You get it. I'm saying that, yeah, it might be. And if someone got 5 of them, they're rapidly increasing the likelihood they will have a negative or adverse event from getting it. And that's what they reported. The big problem with all of this that I've always had has always been the mandates, forcing people to take a medication. I ain't all about that. And then if these adverse events are legit and people were forced to get it, these companies aren't responsible for what happens. So who is? The government? All right. I wonder if this could be the next domino to fall, as I said in an earlier segment. The next domino to fall in that they'll come out, they'll say, yeah, there are adverse events, and Donald Trump is to blame. And what does that mean for 2024? Well, it means Ron DeSantis wins. So I have to wonder about all of this. Look, I really do hope Justin Bieber gets well. I got no beef with Bieber. Seems like he's an all right guy. But other people have pointed out to me like, come on, dude, he probably does tons of drugs. And I'm like, yeah, that's a fair point, too. You know, when you hear like rock stars being like, I'm suffering this ailment right now, I can't explain it, man. It's like, well, how many drugs are you doing? A lot. I'm doing a whole bunch. Okay, well, that might explain. I knew a guy once, and he told me that he once saw a UFO and he saw aliens. And I was like, wow, how did that happen? And he was like, well, I was like hanging out at my friend's house and I was doing a bunch of drugs. And then I went outside and saw a UFO. And I'm like, okay. Sorry, bro. Witness testimony scrubbed. Yeah. Anyway, man. I hope Justin Bieber gets better. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see y'all then.